What's going on, everyone? So, Walker Kessler has been heavily linked to the Los Angeles Lakers, and even more recently, Miles Turner. Those are the two ideal centers. Guys, physical, interior presence that can block shots, protect the rim. In Miles Turner's case, ability to stretch the floor. Walker Kessler, just so young, so gifted, so talented, a guy that really could just be a piece for now and the next 20 years even, right? Like, he's a guy that could be a real foundation piece. And, myself and many others have talked very heavily about, like, hey, give up essentially whatever you have to give up in order to go get a Walker Kessler. Well, reports came out last night that 2 first-round picks aren't enough to get Walker Kessler, that the Utah Jazz believe that they should get more than just 2 firsts from the Lakers, or any team that matter, which, look, there were reports months ago that the Knicks offered 2 firsts for Walker Kessler, and Utah said no. Now, the justification, the argument was like, hey, not all picks are created equal, not all picks are the same, right? Like, their picks are not the same. Danny Ainge is on record, literally publicly, talking about how the Lakers picks he believes are the best on the market because he believes that the Lakers are going to be terrible once LeBron James and Anthony Davis departs. So the idea was like, okay, if you could give up one of those first, remove protections, right? Do you even give up a Dalton Connect? I think maybe so, right? Like, and you start trying to come up with all these different solutions, and it's like, okay, well, what about if you can get a Walker Kessler and a Colin Sexton, or like a John Collins, or even some people, which I don't really want, but some people are like a Jordan Clarkson, right? What if you could get any of these guys? Yeah, no, you can't get any of those guys. It's just you have to give up more than 2 firsts. So you'd have to give up both firsts, you'd have to remove protections, and you'd have to give up Dalton Connect if you want, and that's just for them to consider, just to think and go, do I still want to trade him to the, right? Like, it's just, if you want Colin Sexton in the deal, forget about it, right? You want John Collins in the deal? Forget about it. You want anyone else in the deal? Forget about it, right? Ain't happening. You're not getting that. If you want Walker Kessler, it's going to cost you basically the farm. You're going to have to trade and sell everything if you want to get Walker Kessler, and the Lakers just aren't going to do that. And if that's the case, you might as well just give up both first and just go get Miles Turner. I wouldn't, if you could give, the question becomes, do you give up 2 firsts for Walker Kessler? Right? I think it depends. If they're, heavily protected, if at least one is protected, right? If you could keep the protections on the 2027 pick, right? Because that'd be my argument. I'll give you the 2 firsts, but I lift in protections on that one for 1, and 2, right? At least one of them need to be heavily protected also. If you could do something like that, maybe. If you could do both first and get Sexton in the deal, I would probably do it. Right? If you could take both first, remove protections, even trade Dalton Connect, I'd probably do it if you could get Sexton in the deal too, because Sexton is a guy that's still young enough, talented enough, could solve a lot of problems for the Lakers, right? If it's just Kessler by himself, no, I'm not doing it. But if you could get, if you had to remove protections, because, again, who cares? You don't have that either way. And you're really going to be a top 4 seed, or a top, bottom 4 seed in the league in 2027? Probably not. LeBron might still be on the team in 2027, right? So you're probably fine there. Remove protections. I would try to push to keep DK. I'd try to push and be like, no, we're not giving him up. But I think if push came to shove, I'd probably give him up. Right, because again, I just think it's easier to find a guy like Dalton Connect than it is to find literally one of 2 centers in the league doing what he's doing. Right? Walker Kessler is one of 2 centers in the league. You know who the other guy is? Oh yeah, Victor Wembanyama. Right? Literally, that's it. Those are 2 guys that are by themselves. He's also second in offensive rebounds. Right? He's worth it. Right? He's 23? He's young enough. He's younger than Dalton Connect, too. He's the guy that I think solves a lot for the Lakers. If you could get a Colin Sexton in the deal also, I would do it. But here's the thing, again. You have to, according to the reports, Utah wants all of that just for Kessler. Move off of Kessler. Go get Miles Turner. At that point, again, trade the 2 firsts for Miles Turner. I'd hate the idea. I don't hate the idea of trading both firsts for Miles Turner. I hate the idea of it because of we could have already had him for technically 1 first, right? if Jeannie Buss didn't veto Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to the Lakers for Russell Westbrook and 2 firsts because Jeannie wanted to see what Darvin Ham could do with Russell Westbrook, we'd already have Miles Turner on the team, and we would have had Buddy Hield, and we probably would have won a championship, or at least been a lot closer, right? Like, is that Denver series a completely different series if you have Buddy Hield and Miles Turner? Because here's the thing. One, do you even play Denver, right? Like, or if you do you play them earlier, right? Like, everything's different because Lakers would have had them to start the season. So you would have had the chemistry, you would have had the team built, you would have had everything already worked out. With Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, right? Like, you still probably could have went and traded for, a Jared Vanderbilt or something like that, or gotten a piece or whatever. They still would have probably most likely traded for like a Rui or whatever, or maybe they would have gone a different route. Like, anyway, you could go on like all kinds of like what ifs and theories on on that. But like, I don't like, desperate times call for desperate measures. You don't have Anthony Davis. You kind of dug yourself into this hole. You got to pay the piper, right? You got to pony up, get it done, bring in Miles Turner, get it done. Can you maybe get another piece in the deal too? Right? I wouldn't even hate, why am I blanking on his name? TJ, right? I wouldn't even mind him. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. But the guard, you guys know what I'm talking about. TJ McConnell. There we go. I knew it'd come to me. Took a second. But yeah, if you get TJ McConnell in that, I wouldn't even hate that. Bring him in. He's kind of fallen out of the rotation. If you could add him to the deal just to kind of give you a depth piece. Or just bring in Miles Turner and then still you have Gabe Vincent, a couple other stacks. Could you go get a guard? Could you just go get Sexton? Right? Like, if you can't get Colin Sexton and Walker Kessler, can you get Colin Sexton and a Miles Turner? I don't really hate that idea, right? What is the parameters for Sexton? Could you, Bruce Brown, I was going to say Bruce Brown, but Bruce Brown looks like he might be going to the Miami Heat. That might have already happened based on the reports and how they're building the framework. Lonzo's making around 21 million. You could technically get there depending on, you'd have to structure it right, but you could technically get there. Right, like Alonzo and a Miles Bridges, right? Or Miles Bridges, Miles Turner. I don't hate that idea, right? To have those two guys kind of in there. I think that makes you a contender, right? Like, you got that point of attack guard now. You got that athleticism. You got that size, the versatility. You could literally go Lonzo, Reeves, LeBron, 80, and Turner. Whew. Man. Now that's a squad. And then you still have Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, Max Christie off the bench. Go get just a service, bring in Markelle Fultz. All right, now you got Markelle Fultz, Max Christie, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith as your 4 bench guys, right? And then you could just stagger Miles Turner and Anthony Davis, bring in Jamison, right? Just for that big physical center at that point. So you just have another big physical body that could just give some hard fouls, some big physical fouls. I'd be okay with that, right? Imagine if your starting 5 was Lonzo Ball. Like I said, I wouldn't hate Colin Sexton, but let's say Lonzo Ball, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Miles Turner with Markelle Fultz, Max Christie, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Trey Jemison. Just give the Lakers the championship right now. Give them that trophy right now. But getting off track here, right? Point is that Walker Kessler is just way too much to be taken serious, right? One, I get it from Utah's side of things. They don't really want to trade him. I didn't know why they wanted to trade him to begin with, right? When those rumors first started, beginning of the off season, I was like, why? Why would they even want to move him? Right? He's young, he has so much potential and upside. And now I think because he's having the year that he's having, they're kind of yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Right? There were talks that he was off the market. I don't think he's off the market. Even the reports recently are he's as, unavailable as it gets. But that's not unavailable, right? Because there is no middle. You're either unavailable or you're not. There's no he's as unavailable as it gets. What does that mean? So he's not unavailable, but so you can get him, it's just for the right price. And that's what this seems to be, right? That Walker Kessler, you can get Walker Kessler, but it has to be at the price that they want, right? They don't need to compromise. They don't need to come down. They don't need to, because they don't need to trade him, right? They can keep him, and they're fine with keeping him. So it's not one of those things where it's like you got to rush, like, man, we got to get off of Walker Kessler right now. No, it's like, no, hey, you want him? This is what it's going to take. It's going to take Dalton Connect, 2 firsts, and I need you to remove protections, and Walker Kessler is yours. Is that worth trading for Walker Kessler? That's the question I'll pass to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Would you trade, because, again, that's basically probably what it's going to take. Would you trade Dalton Connect, both firsts, and remove protections for Walker Kessler? Is that something that you would be willing to do? I wouldn't. Right? I'm not against trading trading Dalton Connect for Walker Kessler. Again, if you could do Dalton Connect, a first, like a protected first for him, sure, no problem. Right? Remove the protections, fine, remove the protections. But you got to either keep Dalton Connect or you have to keep a first. Can't give up all of that. Personally, that's just me. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think absolutely not? No way. You're not trading all that to go get Walker Kessler? Do you think, like, yes, I would do that? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.